Hey guys, Lynn Burke here, owner of Blues City Music in Memphis, Tennessee. Today we're off site in Houston, Texas, and we're at the Diamond Amplification Factory, the home of Diamond Guitars, Diamond Amps, Diamond Tactical, Diamond Everything. And this video we're going to talk to the owner, Jeff Diamant, about the Diamond Guitars, the new models that we've got out, the new headstock logo, some of the changes that have made, but also want to talk about how we came from Diamond amplification in the beginning and morphed off into the guitars, which I think they're probably some of the best quality guitars money can buy for this price point. I play one religiously myself. I play a Bolero. So I'm going to introduce Jeff here, let him take it. And Jeff, thanks for coming in. And
You said thanks for coming in.
yeah.
I work here. Okay, so hi, this is me, and yes, we are Diamond Guitars. But a lot of people know it formerly what was DBZ Diamond, but this year we just kind of dropped the DBZ and restyled a little bit more. But yeah, the history-wise goes when I'd been rolling Diamond amps for a while, and we'd seen a lot of good success. We were enjoying that. The product was getting out there quite a bit, and we'd built quite a reputation for what we were doing as a high-end amp brand. And I had an opportunity that was unexpected to me to enter the guitar business. And what I tell people is sort of when we did that, my missive at the time was, and really is now, is I wanted to build a guitar that sort of had the same level of cool that the Diamond products did, the same level of quality, but was going to be done at a price that was affordable to most musicians. And what I realized is a lot of people are making guitars overseas, but they don't do what they need to do to ensure the quality and the integrity of the product. And I found a way to do that where I could get the quality product that I was happy with, that I felt was on our level. And then it was just a function of, adding some cool to the instruments. And we were able to make product as good or better than anything on the market as far as a quality perspective, a sonic perspective, and then it was just a function of, great, now let's give them some cool and interesting looks. That's really where we got started. When I sort of took the company over back in 2012, I sort of reshaped everything in the company that really was in the image that I wanted it originally, and it wasn't quite there before. That gave me a chance to sort of revise the line and turn it into really what I wanted it to be, and that's really become the look that it is today. And I think what we try to do stylistically is we want to take guitars that are familiar to guitar players but have grown up. I tell people all the time, if you look at, I don't know, a Chevy Silverado from 1979, you can tell it's a Silverado pickup, right? When you look at it in today's version, you can still tell it's a Silverado, but it looks like today. Right. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to do that with the guitars, to take the concepts that are familiar to us, but bring them into the modern age a little bit in terms of their look and their finish. I've gotten a lot of notoriety for the 3D carving that we do in the body of the guitars, like this one I'm holding. We have this thing that goes on a lot where we have a cut in and we have multiple levels on the guitar, so you get these really elegant, neat dimensional contours, which people could be doing, they're just not. And that was part of it. Or doing finishes, like this, or the other guitar we've got out here, we can show it a little bit, the Hailfire EX Room of Tears. And that's really what the missive became of Diamond Guitars, is how do we provide that level, that quality product, and do so in a way that is affordable to the musician. And that's where Diamond Guitars was born out of.
And this is a new model that I wasn't familiar with. I think you said this was called a Monarch, and it is a string through. It's also still has the same coil tap features, correct?
This one does, yes. This one's got a coil tap, so you can split them. Great pickup configuration because it's a Seymour Duncan custom in the bridge and a pearly gates in the neck. And that's one of the things that has been really interesting for us. We got a good relationship with them, as well as EMG, and we've especially with Seymour, we've gotten very progressive about the pickups that we put in. Guitar players do that, right? We get a guitar, I'm like, oh, let's put them in. So, I want to put this in the bridge and this in the neck. But nobody's really giving that to you off the shelf. I'm like, why not? It doesn't cost me any more to give you a specifically voiced set of electronics. So we really focused this year particularly on what is this guitar, what's its player, what's its market, what's its soul, right? And what is the pickup configuration that's going to match it best. So we have neat combinations like this one with the custom and the pearly gates, or some of my guitars have my signature series Seymour Duncan pickup in them that I designed with Seymour Duncan, the DD1 and the DD5. And we use a lot of combinations like pearly gates and a 59, or a 59 custom hybrid and a 59. Lots of neat different configurations so that your guitar already comes to you when you get it. It's already got that custom shop thing going on. You're not obligated to go make those changes. So that's a big thing that we did for this year.
So, and if I'm not mistaken, there's a number of different choices of pickups, from the high end, which is going to be your custom DD1, DD5. And is there still an import pickup available as well? At one time there was. We still have it available. So it's going to cover, again, every price point that's out there. And we're talking like this. What's this guitar going to map at?
Well, so let me address both of those things. Like this guitar, for example, in my hand, this guitar would run you, trying to get you a good view. Fortunately, you brought that cool monitor. I've never had that. That's awesome. But this guitar in the store would run you $799. Sure. And it's an incredible piece, particularly for the price. So we are trying to be price sensitive with how we're configuring things too. So at a certain point, people don't ever really realize this with manufacturing. Like they sort of always kind of ask you like, well, why didn't you just do that from the start? Why didn't you put this in it and that in it and that in it from the start? Sure. Well, all of the things that people want cost money, right? Like, well, why can't you just put a TV in it and a refrigerator and a bottle opener all on the guitar at the same time with Seymour Duncan pickups and this and that, and we want shallow locking tuning keys, and sure, you just send them to us? Well, we can if you want the guitar to cost $2,000, because all of that stuff costs money and adds to the manufacturing cost. So we tend to be very careful about where we put the money into the guitar to make sure it's to the best value for you. So when you step down in price points, you have to make other changes. And so how do you go about doing that? Well, what a lot of the companies do that I refuse to do was they just go and they'll get a generic Chinese off-the-shelf pickup from one of the many suppliers over there and go, okay, well, that's, we're Acme Guitars and that's our Acme brand pickup, right? And, I've always, oops, I don't want to knock that over. I've always cautioned people, like on my Guitar Gear Tech Talk show, which you can find at guitargeartechtalk.com, but, ask the companies where these pickups came from, right? So when you talk about the different configurations and the price points, like, the DD1, DD5, which is the DD1 DD1 whole shot bridge pickup and the DD5 4-stroke neck pickup, those are all custom made for us in Seymour's factory in California. And it's a higher end thing because it's very particular in how it's done, and it's very exclusive, and you can only get it in some of our products. And we use a lot of the Seymours and a lot of the EMGs. And then when you get to a certain price point, I didn't want to sacrifice in quality. And since we could do cool pickups, I went, well, why don't I design what I want that's optimal for tone in the amplifier and optimal for tone in the guitar, and have those custom made for us so that I can include those in some of our more moderately priced instruments. So that if you're buying a guitar that costs $599, you don't have to then turn around and put $200 worth of pickups in it. And that's a big thing that everybody does. Oh, this is a cool guitar for $599, and then I have to get a set of Seymours, and that's going to cost me $160 for the pickups and $40 for the install if you're lucky. And now you got a $799 guitar. Well, I'd rather give you a $599 guitar that you don't have to do that with, or give you the $799 guitar with those things already in it. And so that was a big thing. So we still have those. Those are my my primary one that's been the most popular over the years is the R15. Yeah. That's which is a very, very similar design to my custom Seymour Duncan pickup. And then we have the R15S, which is really just for a little bit more of a open kind of let's say shreddier vibe. We have the R11, which is a lower output, and then of course we have now the Octane series pickups, the R16 and the N10C, which you find only in our Renegades, and then of course the N9C neck pickup, which has been very popular for us too. But that full range of pickups isn't just what we found somewhere and stuck our name on it. Those are products that I actually designed and voiced, not only for these guitars, but for use with quality amplifiers to make sure that people were getting the best quality stuff they could at that price. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And what I like about it is it gives you a multitude of different options to choose from. And the other thing is Jeff's got so many SKUs here with so many different cool colors. I can't keep up with them, so I'm always checking my own website and seeing what's been exported and and imported into my site to see all the difference. I'd forgotten about this cool color on this Monarch right here. So with a string through, okay, not many people doing that anymore. So that's the one thing that I really like about this guitar. And you're doing everything up from the Maverick, which I really like. It's more of a telly style guitar with humbuckers, but it's also coil taps on there. So you can turn that into a single coil. You've still got that big telly style bark, but drop the tone knob back down and you're back humbuckering again. I mean, so that's what's really cool about that car. Big open sound all the way up to, I guess, a Bird of Prey or even the Cavallo maybe, but Bird of Prey with EMGs, Floyd Rose, not licensed by, but the real Floyd, real Grover tuners, real everything. So that's one thing I like about these guitars. You don't have to replace anything. It's already been done, and you've got a multitude of SKUs, even sitting behind us here. You don't even see what's on the wall over here. So that's one thing that I really like about the Diamond guitars. Now you're feeling real comfortable with the new headstock, the new logo, got all the options you want. So now just get it out there and get it in people's hands. And how can you do that? Your website again, Jeff, is going to be?
The guitar website is guitarsbydiamond.com, and the only reason it's not diamondguitars.com is somebody squatting on that one and trying to charge us like $2,000 to buy it from them. They don't even have a website up. Ugh, it drives me crazy. But guitarsbydiamond.com, and of course, Diamond Amplification is at diamondamps.com.
You can also call me at Blues City Music in Memphis, Tennessee, and that's 901-485-8250. Look, you can send me a tweet, Facebook message, email. You can call. Just about anything. I'm going to get it worldwide. Yeah, I fly for a living, and next month I'll be at the F1 race in Shanghai, but my phone's going to ring right to me. If you need something, hook a brother up. I'll take care of you, right? And we'll get you hooked up with these guitars, okay? So come see us. Once again, we're down here in Houston, Texas with Jeff Diamond. Thanks again, Jeff. We really appreciate you taking the time. And bluescitymusic.com. Come see us.